Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and I'm going to do a solo video. Geeky is not with me. She's doing some stuff around the house, so you're stuck with me. I'm sorry. But hey, guess what? Wonder Woman is not so fresh. She's not so fresh. She was rotten yesterday, and today she's barely fresh. We're going to talk about that, the drop in opinion on Wonder Woman, and then we're going to talk about whether or not Wonder Woman 1984 is actually helping HBO Max get subscribers. Depends on who you ask and what the criteria is, because they're being very clever with how they are judging their success. Right now, HBO Max is lagging behind many of the other streaming services, and I don't know if they're going to be able to catch up in time. Personally, I do like HBO Max overall. I think it's a pretty good service. I like a lot of the content they have on there, but let's be real, they're way behind Disney and Netflix, way behind Netflix, and even Peacock seems to be doing better. And I don't know if Wonder Woman is going to bring it. I don't know if she's going to bring it enough to knock out Peacock. I have no idea. We're going to talk about that. Before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, we're over 169,000 subs. Wow, that's crazy. Thank you for the support. Go out and watch our previous Wonder Woman 1984 videos. This was a huge blow to Geeky Sparkles. She is a huge Wonder Woman fan. We love the original Wonder Woman movie, both of us. It was a pleasant surprise. Those good feelings were short-lived, as it turns out, because Wonder Woman 1984 was a massive disappointment. It's not the worst movie ever made or anything, but it was definitely creeping into like Superman 3 and 4 territory, Supergirl territory, lots of plot holes, just ridiculous decisions, and the main villain was a magic wishing rock. Not a good movie at all. And, you know, it was supposed to bring everybody to HBO Max, and I think some people checked it out, but I don't know if they're going to stick around. Well, as of yesterday, now this has changed. Let me refresh here. We're at 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, so Wonder Woman is barely fresh. But as of yesterday, Wonder Woman was rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. Remember when she was certified fresh? Yeah, she's not so fresh. The tomato meter score for Wonder Woman 84 has been steadily decreasing and has now reached the point where the film is deemed rotten. This is coming from Comic Book Resources. It's declined to rotten. That was yesterday. It is up to 60% now. I'm sure some people were going out trying to save Wonder Woman from being rotten. Everybody wants Wonder Woman to be fresh. As of Friday, January 8th, the tomato meter score for the film was at 59%, a major drop from the 90% that it earned from early critics before the theatrical debut. The metric used by the site categorizes the movie as rotten if less than 60% of the critical reviews are positive. Shortly after it was released, Wonder Woman 84 saw its score beginning to drop, a trend which has continued. With a current total of 378 reviews, the film has an average rating of 6.10 out of 10, with 224 critics rating the film fresh and 154 deeming it rotten. I would put myself on the rotten list for sure. The sequel to the original Wonder Woman had a rocky path to its release, being delayed multiple times due to the pandemic, and finally making the controversial move of debuting to theaters and HBO Max on December 25th. Although it had a highly successful opening weekend, its second weekend saw a sharp drop in domestic box office. As it came out that the movie was not good. I'm going to be honest, the movie was not good. So they don't really go into details, just that it's dropping. Look, the more people watch this movie, the more questions are asked about this movie. The more people are like, yeah, it wasn't very good, and it sure as hell wasn't worth the wait. So now the thing is did it pay off for Warner to do it this way? The box office is sinking. You know, they were talking about how Wonder Woman was going to save the box office. People did check it out around Christmas time, but, you know, most theaters are down. A lot of theaters are down in a lot of states, so I don't expect it to make a lot of money. And if the movie is shit, well, people aren't going to go see it. And if the word of mouth is bad, people aren't going to go see it. Gal Gadot got her check, though. She got a $10 million check to say nice things about HBO Max, and that's kind of what, you know, I want to talk about next, is that There is some debate as to whether or not Wonder Woman 84 is going to have any long-term effect on HBO Max. Are people going to stick around? A lot of people did a trial, or they subscribed to HBO Max in anticipation of Wonder Woman 84. And of course, Warner Brothers releasing all of these movies, next year's entire slate to HBO Max in theaters simultaneously. Is it going to pay off? A lot of people are saying no. It's not going to pay off very well for them, especially with this movie not being great. People did the same thing with Hamilton. They joined Disney Plus to check out Hamilton, and a lot of people didn't stick around. Here Vulture has an article, did Wonder Woman 84 lasso new subscribers for HBO Max? According to the streaming service measurement and analytics firm Antenna, Warner can claim an important, if qualified, victory. In Wonder Woman 84's first 3 days on HBO Max, the platform registered more new signups than any other streaming service has recorded over any other 3-day period in the past year. It's important to note that Antenna does not yet, as a policy, publish specific subscriber projection numbers, but comparative data the company released Monday shows that Wonder Woman 84 bested its closest runner-up, the filmatic version of Hamilton, by 40%, and it eclipsed the third-place winner, Disney Plus's Soul, which also came out on Christmas, by a whopping 107%. People already signed up for Disney Plus before Hamilton. I mean, I think it sold people on it, but they were already signed up. To put that achievement into further perspective, Antenna says Wonder Woman 84 significantly outperformed the year's only other mega budget event title to go straight to streaming, driving 5.7 times more new subscribers in the US than Mulan. Yet even with the massive cherry-picking, the cherry-picked intel giving Warner Media executives reasons to crow, the brave new post-pandemic Hollywood, the business of quantifying Wonder Woman 84 as a streaming hit remains far from simple. With studios such as Universal and Warner Brothers only recently coming to terms with the closing the window between a movie's theatrical release and its online availability, most industry observers say it's still far too soon to count Wonder Woman 84's short-term victory as a win in the streaming war. In the continuing absence of normalized cinema chain operation, the common refrain around Hollywood is that moviegoer behavior remains impossible to predict. The key metric, subscriber retention, remains unknown. Well, here's the thing. Oh God. Okay, so they're doing everything they can do to make this look as good as possible. Currently, HBO Max only has about 12 or 13 million subscribers. Yeah, that sounds like a lot until you stack it up against Disney Plus and Netflix, which has a whole hell of a lot more than that. I mean, they've got tons more than that, many times that. And regular HBO. People cut the cord after Game of Thrones Season 8. They canceled HBO. And I don't know if they're coming back for Max. Now, if you combine Max and regular HBO together, they still come up with about 35 million subs, something like that, I think, which still isn't great. So here's... They said, yeah, HBO has around 38 million total users in the US and 57 million globally. Okay, so it's a little bit higher than I thought, but still not great. Disney Plus has far more subscribers than HBO Max. So what they're trying to do to quantify it now is they're trying to say that HBO Max users are twice as engaged as Disney Plus users. So it doesn't matter if they've got way more subs than we have. Our people are more engaged, and they're also paying more too. I mean, we're talking, $15 versus $7 or whatever it is. So that is true too. But the reason this is so important for them, that they can't screw this one up, is because Warner Media is on probation, I think, by AT&T. They're putting everything into HBO Max right now. They're cutting divisions. They're letting people go. They're reorganizing the company into an HBO Max machine. And if HBO Max does not work out, if it doesn't pan out, if it's not sustainable, if it's clear that they're getting their asses kicked by Netflix and Disney and there's nothing they can do to catch up, then I gotta wonder what AT&T is gonna do. I have to wonder if AT&T will be like, well, let's just sell all the Warner IP because we don't want to deal with it and it's too expensive and we just want to go back to making phones. So it is very important to them that Wonder Woman 84 does well, that brings subscribers in. And I just think it's really interesting. You go out and you see all these articles trying to get a straight answer as to whether or not HBO Max is successful, and it's all qualified. You know, it's like, yeah, it is. It's doing better than we thought it would. We're ahead of predictions or ahead of whatever. We've got more engagement. It's doing okay. You know, it's the best Tuesday ever in October for this streaming service. You know, whatever number looks good to their overlords at AT&T. And again, it's nothing against HBO Max. I actually like HBO Max quite a bit. And I'm not just saying that. I do. I think I watch HBO Max. Now I'm watching it more than I'm watching Netflix. But I'm not going to lie, I am concerned because I don't think they're making up the lost ground. And Wonder Woman 84 sure as hell isn't going to help. Now, some other Max-related news. They're supposedly going to reach a settlement to bring Kong versus Godzilla. Or Godzilla versus Kong. They're gonna bring that to HBO Max. Supposedly, they reached a deal. People weren't happy. Again, they're not gonna make nearly as much money on HBO Max as they would in the theaters. But what are you gonna do? I mean, a lot of theaters are shut down. Disney is reportedly going to catch up to Netflix by 2022. Again, they've got massive numbers right now. I mean, they are. I have my doubts about Disney Plus long term, but I can't argue with the numbers, and the numbers are good. Disney is, they said that it's profitable though. Disney Plus is not profitable yet. Anyway, they're not. They're in the whole billions and billions of dollars on Disney Plus. But anyway, they do have some hits. People are talking about Disney Plus. They're not really talking about HBO Max. Not in a positive. They're talking about Wonder Woman 84 being a shit show. So that's not really going to sell people on the platform. But they're talking they're going to catch up to Netflix in a year, which means that Max is way far behind. Way far behind. And then we had, remember Quibi? They were one of the first casualties of the streaming wars. Apparently Roku is buying them. I don't know why, but they are. So I have to wonder if HBO Max doesn't work out, are we going to see something like that where maybe Apple just buys the Warner content because it helps them jumpstart Apple TV? I don't know what's going to happen. But I think we're going to see a lot of really weirder shit in regards to Warner Media and everything going on over there as they try to compete. And I don't know, guys. I don't know if they can do it. I think they've lost a lot of ground. I think not having HBO Max on Amazon, on Fire TV, and on Roku on day one was a huge tactical error. And now we've got Discovery Plus coming into it too, and all these other streamers. It's like, if you don't hit the ground running right out of the gate, I don't know how you're going to make up that lost time. And having Wonder Woman be viewed the way that it has been viewed is not going to help your case any. Going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.